I also got a chance to play MK1. It was playable over the weekend at Summer Games Fest. They invited a bunch of creators, streamers, people to go over there and play the game early. They told me specifically Maximilian bullied his way in there like 17 times. This is not a joke. I walked in and was like, how's it all been so far? And then they were like, great, Max has snuck in here 15 times. I recall when we went to the Capcom office, they were like, hey, you know, this is what you're allowed to record. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. I went in and Capcom's like, yeah, Max kind of just turned his recording device on and recorded whatever he wanted the whole time. Now? Just sort of did whatever he wanted. And I was like, you didn't stop him? They're like, no. And I was like, so it's cool if I do that, right? And they're like, no, don't do that. So MK, right. I have an SD card with a bunch of footage, but I'm pretty sure I don't have an SD card reader. I thought they were gonna like give us a USB or like an email to send it to you. Honestly, the footage, not that big of a deal. I think everybody has footage. It all kind of looks probably pretty similar. They invited everybody to come play. There was a 10-minute presentation in the beginning where they went over how the game mechanics worked. I had 30 minutes or so to play the game. In that 30 minutes, my initial impression is that the game is ham. First of all, there's a lot of things in the game that were like safe, I'm pretty sure, like safe strings and launchers and stuff. Besides having stuff like that, combo damage seems really high. Like just doing a basic string that was like safe, that could lead into a combo without even using assists or whatever was like over 30% pretty easily. Adding assists, it seems like you hit 35, 40%, 50%. The other thing about the assists is that they seem absolutely despicable. So there's like an assist where Sonya jumps and she does like a horizontal attack across the screen. So like you can throw Sub-Zero Ice Ball across the screen and then call that assist, and it covers the entire screen. Yeah, movement. So the walk speed was quick. The dashing is quite weird. You can cancel your dash with down. I couldn't really find like a nice way to dash block or wave dash, but I was playing on pad, which, you know, is not my specialty. Because you cancel the dash momentum and everything, you sort of just stop in place, and then doing dash again didn't seem like it was super fast. So about flawless block. If you guys don't know what flawless block is, you can think about it like a parry, but it only negates chip. When I went to the frame data menu, it said move frame data on block and then flawless block frame data. And there was different values. So I asked them, I was like, hey, this says that it has different frame data on flawless block. And the NRS employees were like, oh, that's weird. That's not supposed to be like that. Maybe it's just a bug. It's supposed to be the same value. There's an error somewhere. It happens. That's what they said. Dude, you just call the devs lazy because they have in-game frame data in a version of the game that's 4 months before release and it's slightly wrong. That's the most unhinged shit I've ever read in my life. You're a fucking idiot and you're probably not smart enough to be in this conversation. You should go somewhere else. The game it feels like it's going to end up being hella degenerate. The assists seem stupid. They seem like really good. Kano knives assist. He throws these two knives across the screen. You could just do a string and then take plus frames off of it. You can call Jack's ground pound. It hits both players. The interesting thing about the assists in the game is like while you're acting, like doing combos, doing strings and stuff, you cannot call any assist besides forward and backwards. So you can't call neutral assists or anything like that. It's also really cool because the characters have air combos now, right? Like when you look at their list of strings, they have like a list of air strings. Usually they have like a string that's like air special cancelable. A lot of characters had a bounce. So Sub-Zero jumping 1-2, he does like a little hammer or something in the air. I don't remember what it is. And then you can combo after by landing on the ground. So you could do stuff like forward advancing, 2-punch string. You could do that into like a ground freeze move. And then his back 2, he just goes bonk bonk and he hits you and it launches you. So then you do jumping 1-2. And then you call Sonya assist, and then she hits the assist, and then you can do jumping 1-2 again and bounce him again. Call a Sonya assist, and then she hits him again, then jumping 1-2, and then do a whole combo after. So like, it was really ham. Characters just had launchers. Like Liu Kang had a couple of launchers that he just had off of strings, and he could just do whatever he wanted afterwards. The assist meter seemed like it took a little while to come back, and that seems important because they seem really strong. I did mess with puppet character Kenshi. Yeah, so Kenshi, if you do down back 1, he summons a puppet. The puppet can be hit by projectiles. It can be hit by moves and normals and all kinds of other stuff, right? So while the puppet's out, all of your attack buttons do attacks with the puppet. Now, if you hold the block button down, Kenshi will do the block animation, and you can move the puppet forward or backwards with like, you know, using forward and back on your controller and still hit all of the attack buttons while he's holding the block button and act with the puppet independently of Kenshi. And then let go and do a string with Kenshi so that he's doing something different than the puppet. As the puppet's out and doing stuff, if you hit like down back 2, it resummons the the puppet back to Kenshi. I'm sure the main thing Kenshi will probably do is like do some kind of string and then do that sandwich move, and then the puppet will be set up behind. Then you can hold the block button, have the puppet input some command, and then start hitting him with other Kenshi stuff. That's just like Kenshi's moveset. He has the like far and close and mid like overhead swipe still. He has the push still. I had fun messing around with Kenshi. I thought he was quite cool. It's very, 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 very pretty. I think the game looks ridiculously good. The build already had pause rematch. Pause rematch was real fast. I did that a lot. There's a Roomba in Johnny Cage's stage, and it cleans up the blood when it goes over the floor. That was funny, and I thought that stage was really cool in general. I thought the characters felt fun. They had some DNA from their older games for sure, like a lot of the strings that you know about in MK11. There was like similar stuff in this game, especially for Liu Kang. Maybe because Liu Kang is a carryover character, I guess that he's the one that made the most sense. But I could not find an air string that worked air to ground, so like as a jump in. But air to airing, you can do the air strings and just get a combo. So like air to air, jumping air, fireball, call Sonya assist after, like run in, do bicycle kick or dragon kick, and like do a bunch of extensions and stuff. It seems wild. The neutral assist seems great too. I love that the assist comes out and like interacts with you when you do the neutral one. Kano comes and pushes your head down and shoots the beam, right? Like that's like his main one. Kano Ball is also the breaker. Yeah, the breaker costs your assist, so if your assist out, then you can't do it. Another interesting thing, the assists are your forward throws. So if you saw the trailers, you saw that when you throw, your assist comes out and does a bunch of stuff, right? If your assist is on the screen and you do a forward throw, then you don't get a forward throw. It doesn't exist. You like grab them and push them. And from what I can tell, you were like neutral after or like slight advantage, but you can time it with the assist to do things. Back throws do not require assists, they're regular throws. So like if your assist is out, back throws are kind of like, you know, what you'd expect, because if you do the front throw, they're going to do the push unless they have a setup off the push or something. So I thought it was interesting because it might force a mind game of like, oh, we know that they just called the assist, so they're going to back throw me and not front throw me. There's probably something extremely messed up about the push. I like that the game seems like it's going to be ham. I also thought it was cool. You know, I told the Capcom devs like last week and some friends that work over at Riot, I was like, dude, I'm going to go play MK. And they were like, what? We're so jealous you get to go play MK early. Like, no way, dude, I'm so sad. Like, they were like jealous. And then when I was at the MK thing, the MK devs were like, dude, you've been playing Street Fighter? I'm so jealous. I haven't been able to play at all because we've been here doing this and I've been trying to play Street Fighter. So I thought that was really cool because like all the fighting game devs I've talked to have just been like, dude, I'm trying to play these other games. It's been my experience that most fighting game devs are like genuine fans of the genre, and they are like happy that other fighting games are vibing, you know, because if Street Fighter is doing well, then more people are playing and interested in fighting games, which means when MK comes out or Tekken comes out or Project L comes out or whatever game comes out, the new Grand Blue, there's more people playing the genre, you know what I mean? So like that was cool to talk to the MK devs, and they were just like, I wanted to play I training mode Chun-Li for 30 minutes in my hotel, and like that's all I've been able to play so far. I've been trying to play playing the game and looking at violence and blood and all this stuff for like an hour. I was like, damn, that was a fun game. That was sick. I walked outside and in front of me there was like a farming game booth at Summer Games Fest. The whiplash I got, just it was like Fae Farm. That shit doesn't have a K. I'll tell you what, these motherfuckers got limbs. Nobody's dead. That is a change of pace.